saying you should hang out again, and you told him you never wanted to talk to him again, essentially.
That's correct, yes.
Whoa.
Do you have a few minutes to talk to us? Because Dave really wants to know what he did wrong. Can you tell us what happened?
I kind of thought he would have figured it out by now.
Oh, really? So he should know how he screwed up?
He really should.
Okay, he told us, we talked to him about your date, and he said that everything seemed fine and that you two were hitting it off. And then he says he went to the bathroom and came back, and you seemed very cold and distant, and then the date ended shortly after that.
Yes, it did. He kept saying how nervous and shy he was, but I got a feeling after he went to the bathroom that he's not always that way.
Whoa.
What do you
What
mean?
did you? Was he making like weird noises in there or something? I mean,
That would have been even better, but everything was going fine. He'd excuse himself, and as I was sitting there, I got a Snapchat message from him.
Okay.
he was Snapchatting you from the bathroom.
What?
Right? That was a little odd in the first place.
Okay.
But I don't think that he meant to Snapchat me.
What do you mean by that?
I think he meant to send it to a friend or a group of friends, and I accidentally got included.
What?
What did he say?
Well, understand I'm sitting at a table in a restaurant, and I open this video, and as it starts playing, there he is with urinals behind him, and he says, "Hey, guys, in the middle of this date, and this guy's about to bang his first in years."
No, he did not.
Are you serious?
Oh, I'm serious, and it didn't stop. He kept going.
That is cool. I mean, when we talked to him, he sounded like the most conservative, nervous dude on the planet.
Yeah, and maybe one of his faces, but he's definitely got two sides to him.
Oh, no.
What else did he say in his Snapchats?
The next one was something like, "Is she down there? I'll report back later because this guy's getting some."
Oh, my God.
Wow. No wonder you were annoyed when he came back.
Yeah.
You should have just snapped him back, been like, "Hey, don't come back to the table. I'm leaving."
Honestly, I could not believe when I was watching the video and trying to remember that this was the sweet guy that was sitting across from the table telling me how nervous he was. And then I see this video, and I wanted to get up and run.
I can't believe you didn't unleash on him when he came back to the table.
I was so shocked. I didn't even know what to do. I looked up, and he was walking out.
Yeah.
Just stabbed him with your butter knife when he came back.
Exactly where I would have gone with it. I've never used Snapchat before. Is it that obvious to like make that big of a mistake and not realize you're sending it to someone?
Actually, it is because there's a lot of recents, so you can accidentally click on the last person that you.
I wonder if that's what he did.
Yeah, so who knows how many people he sent that to.
So you think it was just like him bragging to his friends about something that he thought was going to happen?
I have no idea what would possess anybody to send something like that.
I don't think he has any idea that he sent that Snapchat to you.
There's no way.
Maybe he needs to learn how to use Snapchat better.
Maybe.
Seriously.
I'd love to find out if he knows that he sent that Snapchat to you.
Yeah, I don't really care. I don't ever really want to talk to him again.
Oh, that's too bad because, Hannah, he's actually on the other line listening right now.
Seriously?
If he hasn't hung up yet.
Yeah.
Dave, are you there?
Oh, my
Dave, you're an idiot.
Seriously, you're out on a nice date and you decide to go to the bathroom and call your date a and send out stuff like that to your friends? Honestly.
I wasn't being serious. I'm so sorry.
But you weren't being serious. Well, what did your friends think? What happened? Oh, yeah, I'm going to go out with this guy again, and I'm going to meet your friends who got this video? I don't think so. Come on.
I'm so
Dave-
sorry. I did not mean to do that.
I'm sure you didn't, but you did. You did do it.
Yeah, it's a tough place to come back from when you call your date a and then talk about it if you're going to discover if her nether regions are or not, you know?
That is so...
There's something he will never find out.
Yeah.
It was just me messaging my friends. It was just boys being boys. I really didn't mean anything by it.
Oh, boys being boys, but you obviously sent it to more than just your boys because I got it.
Yeah, were you sending it to your whole contact list, Dave?
My story?
No, I didn't mean to. I meant to just send it to a few friends.
Do you always call your dates a when you're talking to your buddies? I
Oh,
mean,
God,
I think
no.
that's the real problem here.
No, God, no.
Yeah.
Oh, I was only joking. I haven't been out on a date in 6 years.
I wonder why.
No, I don't think you're a It doesn't matter if you're or not. If you are, that's great. Oh, my God.
I really don't care what you meant or didn't mean. The fact that you said this out, there's nothing you can do to change that.
Hannah, I promise if you gave me one chance, I can prove that I'm not that guy. I really am not that guy.
You are that guy.
I really
Yeah.
am not.
No, I think, Dave, you are that guy because you did it.
Unfortunately.
But I would still love to ask Hannah if she will go out with Dave on a second date. Hannah, we will pay for it.
It's not going to happen, Dave. Not now, not ever. This isn't sexy. I'm over it.
Oh, please, just one more
Now,
chance.
Just stop.
Oh my gosh, seriously.
All right. Well, Hannah, thank you for your time, and I appreciate you staying on with us and telling us what happened.
You're welcome.
Also, I would like to answer his question, though, Hannah.
And which question is that?
The shivin' thing.
So disgusting.
Oh my gosh. You and Dave should get along just fine.
Hello.
May I speak to Alyssa, please?
Yeah, I'm Melissa.
Hey, Alyssa, how are you? This is Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning.
The radio station?
Yeah, the entire radio station.
Well, I mean, why are you calling me?
I just want to talk.
Yeah, she sounds
Honestly,
excited.
I need somebody to talk to, and I figured I would dial a random phone number, hoping that Alyssa would answer, and it all worked out. Sometimes life is crazy like that, Alyssa.
What's the real reason you're calling me?
Well, because I got an email about you. It's from a guy named Kyle that you went on a date with.
What?
Yeah, you went out with a guy named Kyle a little while ago, right?
Unfortunately, I did.
So obviously you
glowing.
didn't enjoy your date with Kyle very much.
No.
Well, Kyle enjoyed his date with you, and he liked you a lot, and that's why he emailed us, because he wanted us to see if we could get you on the phone since you haven't been responding to any of his text messages or phone calls or anything like that.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. So do you think you could tell us why you're not wanting to go out with Kyle again?
I don't know that I want to broadcast it. I mean,
Well, you don't have to broadcast it. We will.
I know what you mean. I just don't want to really say it on the radio.
He told us about your date, and I would think from his recap that it would make him look bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you probably already know the reason why. I mean, he's told you about the date.
I'm guessing it's from his ex-girlfriend texting him throughout the date.
He told you about that?
Yeah, he told us about that, and he told us about how he spilt some wine after, too.
And how he handled the ex thing, like showing you the text messages.
I know. And I'm on the first date with this guy. So what are you doing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty boneheaded move, for sure. So that was it then. We should tell him never to show a date the crazy text from your ex-girlfriend that you're getting.
Well, yeah, that's definitely good advice because that wasn't good at all.
Right.
But, you know, I have a crazy ex, so I get it. So I we talked about it, and I was like, okay, got to let him off the hook a little. So, maybe he's nervous, whatever.
So wait, you're saying that you moved past that and you were okay with it?
I mean, I wasn't okay with it, but I was willing to really give him a chance. You know what I mean?
All right. Then what ruined it? The
So
wine?
He blew it again?
Spilling the wine, and you just had it. You're like, dude, that was a good glass of wine, you idiot.
Perfectly good wine.
It's a party foul. It's a dating foul.
Yeah.
No, it was really the conversation leading up to that. He was very proud of his accomplishments and just talking about how much money he has.
Oh, God.
I mean, to the extent, it's 2 weeks ago, I rented a Learjet or something. It was like a
What?
private jet or something. Yeah, for his boys. And then they flew to Vegas. And then they're popping bottles.
Wow.
So jealous.
I know. I'm actually
You
really
guys-
jealous of him right now.
But both Jose and Jubal want to date him suddenly.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
get why men think that women are only interested in money.
I think it's because he was overcompensating because of the whole ex texting him, and he thought that bothered me.
Oh, so
All
he's trying to impress you after messing up.
Right.
Yeah, and it obviously didn't work.
No, and that's when the whole wine situation happened, and then I couldn't believe what he did.
What did he do?
So he knocks over the glass of wine. It goes all over the table. And I'm thinking, oh, gosh, we got to get the waiter for napkins. So I'm looking for napkins. As I look up, I see him reach in his back pocket, and he has these, like, two $100 bills, and he's dabbing up the wine with money.
No
Shut up!
way!
Oh, my God!
That's
Did you just start
amazing.
laughing? Oh, my God, that is so out of control.
Hundreds?
I even asked him, I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And how did he respond to that?
He said, no, worry about it. I'll take care of it. And that's when the waiter showed up.
Oh, my
I have
God, I'd be mortified.
Met some people who make a lot of money, and I've met some really douchey ones who make a lot of money, but I have never met anybody who would clean up a spill with $100 bills in order to prove to you how rich they are.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it either. And then the waiter's like, is everything okay here?
You're like,
my
no,
God.
this guy's wasting hundreds of dollars
Yeah.
cleaning up wine.
And then he had the nerve to take the soaked $100 bills and give it to the waiter for his tip.
Oh, my God. So, like,
that
take my
sucks.
scraps,
Here's
basically.
crumpling.
Oh,
my
I mean,
God.
granted, I'd still be excited if I was a waiter and I got
I'd be-
$200.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Dry
care.
I mean, I'd dry it out. It'd be no big deal.
Whatever.
But I couldn't believe what a douche this guy ended up being.
Still $200,
When we
people.
talked to him, he sounded so nice.
I am nice.
Oh,
What was that?
that was Kyle. Kyle, you're supposed to wait until I call you into the conversation, but apparently when you got a bunch of money, it doesn't really matter. You have to listen to the rules.
Kyle, you're on the phone right now?
Yeah, and I'm sorry to jump in like this, but I just had to defend myself. I mean, I am a nice guy. I gave you guys $200.
You did. That's a very nice tip.
Kyle.
Technically.
That was the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to me.
What's embarrassing? It was just a little bit of spilt wine. What's embarrassing about that?
Are you
There's nothing
kidding?
embarrassing about that.
It's not about the wine. You took $200 bills. People don't even have that kind of money, and you soaked it in wine. It's so insulting.
It's not insulting. I promptly gave them to the waiter as a tip. I think that's a very generous tip. I think I was doing a nice thing.
Yeah,
It's a nice tip, but like after using money to clean up wine on a first date, that's kind of a douchey move, man.
Not kind of. Not kind. There's no kind of about that
I realize
statement.
that, but I'm trying to be nice to him so he stays on the phone.
Honestly, I just grabbed it, but I make like 5 times that while we're sitting there eating dinner. So what's the matter?
My God, you are still bragging. I can't
Ballin'.
even handle you right now.
It's not bragging. It's a fact. I can't help it if that's my life. That's just the way it is. That's just a fact.
Are you guys hearing this guy? This is what my entire date was like. This is exactly what I was talking about.
Look, if you wanted to date somebody poor that acts all poor, then you shouldn't have been on a date with me.
Dang,
God.
dude.
I don't care about poor or rich. I just want to date a good person.
Yeah.
I'm a good person. I'm a good, rich person. There's nothing wrong with that.
This is why I didn't return your calls, because the way that you talk about it, I mean, it's like I liked you before you started bragging about being loaded.
I wasn't bragging about anything. I was just telling you about my life. That's just how it is.
Kyle,
I wasn't bragging about anything.
you obviously have some insecurities, and that's why you're trying to make up for it with money. Like, I get that, but are you hearing what she's saying? Like, people can actually just like you for you. I think that's a positive thing.
I totally agree.
People do like me for me. It's just that I come with a lot of money. It's just people like me. It's part of me is all this money.
Oh, my God. You're so bragging right now. And you know what, guys? You haven't even heard the worst of what he said.
There's
It gets worse?
How?
What? What did I say?
I don't know how we got on this conversation, but I asked what his favorite things were, and he replied, commas.
Commas?
Like he's into.
Yeah, commas, because he wants to get as many commas in his bank account as possible.
Oh my God!
You didn't say that, Kyle, did you?
That is so bad.
Hey, man, everybody's got to have goals, and I got goals. More commas. That's my goal, man.
But nobody is attracted to a person whose passion is just money.
You haven't been on a date with me. Once you go on a date with me, you'll forget about everything except the money.
Oh.
Well, speaking of dates, Alyssa, would you like to go out on a second date with Kyle?
Gosh.
He will pay for it. I'm not paying for
Yeah.
anything with you, Kyle. No.
That's a good point, Jubal.
Why should I? Kyle's got all the money in the world.
He's got all those commas.
Would you like to go out with him?
You know what? He may have all the money in the world, but he has no class, so no.
Oh,
Yeah.
no way.
Didn't see that one coming.
Well, you blew it, sweetheart. It's your loss.
Oh, man, and the sweetheart, too.
Oh, my gosh.
Sorry, no second date for you, Kyle.
Oh.
Whatever. I'll go buy a second date somewhere else. I'm not worried about it.
I can't even believe this guy. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. But I do want to use that commas line at some point in my life.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Amanda, please?
this is.
Hello, Amanda. How are you? This is Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show. We host a morning radio show, and one of our listeners actually emailed us about you to see if we could get you on the phone.
About me?
Mm-hmm. It's called the second date update. Basically, if you go out on a date with somebody and don't call them back after the date, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and find out what went wrong. I think we kind of know what went wrong on your date, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
The guy that emailed us, his name is Matt.
He wanted you to call me?
Yes, he did.
I can't even imagine why.
Yeah, he said that he really enjoyed your date.
Well, that's pretty interesting because he's the one that ditched me, so I'm not really sure.
Amanda, what if I told you that he had a really good reason for having to leave your date?
I don't think there is a good reason. There's pretty much nothing that could make me say, "Oh, that makes sense."
Really? I think if you heard his story, you might actually be happy that he didn't come back to you.
I can't even imagine that there is some excuse good enough for him ditching me, leaving me standing there by myself to find my own ride home.
Well, why don't I let him tell you? Because he's actually on the other line listening and then wants to talk to you because he feels really bad about what happened on your date.
Right now.
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. Matt?
Hi, Amanda.
What do you want?
I just want to apologize and explain what happened because I know that it seems like I ditched you and I didn't ditch you.
Matt, you did ditch me. I was standing there for a very long time by myself, and that means that you ditched me.
No, I know. Like, I've been ditched lots of times before, and I understand what it feels like. It's terrible and feel that way. I had an emergency, and I didn't know how to explain it at the time. There wasn't a way that would have been
Okay,
bad.
it was weird enough that you left me standing there to go buy a present or whatever, and then you came back and ran right past me. What's your emergency? I can't even understand why this. What's your emergency?
Okay, so remember when we were at the restaurant, how much food I ate?
Yes, I do.
I ate a lot of food.
Lot of food.
Okay. Yeah. So I hadn't eaten all day, and so I had to go, like, worse than I ever have in my life. Completely unprecedented. Did not know how to
Like
deal
to
with
the
it.
bathroom?
To the bathroom. I'm trying to be polite. To the bathroom. Number 2, I had to go, like, emergency, like, code red.
Okay,
pain.
so as
Like,
adults,
yeah.
you couldn't say, like, when we're in the restaurant, "Excuse me, I'm going to go to the bathroom."
But, see, I didn't have to go at that point. I only had to go when we were walking. So I was like, I got to go now. And it's,
We passed a coffee shop. You could have said, "Let's grab a coffee," and gone to the bathroom there.
I know.
We're not in second grade. I don't understand why you couldn't have just handled it.
I mean, what am I supposed to do here? Is turn to you and be like, "Hey, I'm about to crap my pants. I'm on a first date with you." You know, I didn't want to, like, I don't know.
Well, I
think that was.
I definitely
like a nice
appreciate that you
person.
didn't say that, but you could have said something. You could have done anything. Hey, let's go in here together and run away to the bathroom.
What do you? I wouldn't ask you to come into the bathroom while I have to do that. That's like.
Okay, Matt. Okay, I'm not trying to be so literal here. I'm just saying we could have gone into the building structure at the same time, so I wasn't standing outside on the street wondering where you were.
That would have made sense. That would have made much more sense.
It was really upsetting. I was having a good time, and I was so frustrated. Then I was cold. Then I got embarrassed because I was completely ditched. I went through so many emotions in that half an hour that should never happen on a first date.
I know. I went through a lot of emotions too, and I feel terrible.
So you're the victim of this whole thing? I'm the one that was standing there.
No, you're the victim. You're the victim. I'm sorry. No, you're the victim. My emotions don't matter. That's not the point.
You're the one that had the issues. I was ditched.
I'm the one that went home and told my friends I will never do internet dating again because look what this guy did to me. I'm the one.
You know what?
Not
I figured that. I figured you were probably telling your friends, and that's fine. You should tell everyone. I understand that. I want to go on another date with you, and I don't care if that's the story that always gets told.
If the bathroom was what you were trying to do and you had to go do it, why wouldn't you come back? We were going to go to the fair. I don't get that. I don't understand.
In all honesty, the reason I didn't come back is that I my pants.
Oh, my God.
And I had to go home.
Are you kidding me? I feel like I'm talking to a child right now.
I'm telling you the truth.
Okay, well, sometimes, and I've never said this out loud, but sometimes it's better to lie than give that many details.
So, Amanda, you'd prefer...
I mean, I don't know that about you. So, this is how I figured that out. I don't know. I know that.
I would rather anything but knowing that you... I can't even say it. Like, come on.
Amanda, that's what happened. Hey, at least he's honest. You know that. He told us about your date. Said that he loved going out with you. He really enjoyed it and thought you were awesome. But he had an unfortunate situation where his body was not working with him. And he kind of ruined his pants. And he tried to go home and do this all in a timely manner. But at that point, you were done.
I don't even tell you, I knocked down an old man, too, when I opened the door. And everyone... hated me. Everyone hated me.
Crapped your pants.
I'll tell you everything.
You crapped your pants. You knocked an old man down. You ditched a girl you claimed to be having a good time with. And you never communicated any of this with anybody. I'm going to say you have some issues, and I'm not ready to go out again. It's not going to happen.
Amanda, are you sure? Because I would like to ask if you'll go out on a second date with Matt. We will pay for it.
Come on.
I don't think it's going to be a good idea.
Weird. From the recap that you just said, it sounded like a fantastic time. I'm surprised that you're saying no.
Look, that's true. All that's true. And good news is, you know that the worst it could go with me is that. That's the bottom. And that's
Wait a minute.
not a normal bottom.
I'm sorry, I can't let you finish. If that's the first date, how is this the worst that it's going to be? It's supposed to be the very best ever.
Oh, but it's all uphill from here.
How are you
Amanda?
guys siding with him? I don't understand this.
Stuff happens, bro.
Whatever. If a girl crapped her pants on a date, none of you would ever talk to her again.
Yeah, that's very true.
I would. I absolutely would. I'd feel so much more comfortable if a girl crapped her pants or burped or did anything gross. I'd be like, that's
Well,
awesome.
you would. You would, because that's your thing.
It was just one time.
All right, well, so Amanda, no, you don't want to go out with him again.
It's not going to happen. I will use it as an example of what not to do for the rest of my life.
Hello?
Hi, is this Ariana?
Yes. Who am I speaking to?
This is Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning. How are you?
I don't understand what you mean. Sorry.
My name is Jubal. Host a radio show. It's called Brook and Jubal in the Morning.
Okay.
And one of our listeners emailed us about you, so I'm calling to ask you a few questions. Any idea who might want to get in touch with you?
I honestly have no idea.
His name is Matt, and you guys recently met at a party, and...
That was a big
So it
sigh.
sounds to me like you know who Matt is.
Holy cow.
Yeah, I know who Matt is.
Matt talked to us a little bit about meeting you, said that he really liked you, and has been trying to get you to go out with him again since you guys had a little one-night stand. But he says just say that you're busy, but you obviously aren't really calling him back and agreeing to go out. Is there any particular reason why?
I mean, it just really wasn't a good night, and I don't know. I just honestly wish I could just take it all back.
Was it the actual hooking up that was bad, or was it just the experience of being with him that was bad? He said it was. He said that after you guys did it and you woke up in the morning, you seemed kind of like awkward about things.
I mean, there was just a specific moment that I can remember that was just not ideal, and it kind of like was really sobering, to be honest.
Can you tell us what happened? He really wants to see you again, and he's wondering why you're not calling him back.
I don't know. It's really embarrassing, and I don't know if I should say it or not.
Embarrassing about you, or embarrassing on his behalf?
Oh, definitely on his behalf.
Okay. If you know you're never going to talk to him again, right? And you know that he set this phone call up because he wants to know what he did wrong,
Yeah.
then I guess he's willing to be embarrassed.
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't call the radio if you didn't want the honest answer.
There you go.
Well, we were intimate, and if you can call it that. And it was fine, but then in the middle of things happening, his phone rings, and it's like a text, and he like gets up like in the middle of it and like walks across the room. He says, "Hold on a second."
Wait, this is while you guys are in the middle of things?
Yeah, it's just getting to the good part, and then just all of a sudden out of nowhere he gets up and he's like, "Hold on." And so I just lay there and I'm like, okay. And he gets up and walks across the room and pulls his phone out of his pants pocket and starts texting someone.
In the middle?
Yeah, just in the middle. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, you couldn't wait like 20 more minutes? Like,
So he took a break in the middle of hooking up with you to check his text messages.
yeah.
Did you tell him that is like, I mean, so many things, uncomfortable, rude?
No, honestly, like, it was just one of those situations where I just wanted it to be over with. And so after he was texting, he was kind of like, all right, where were we? And I was just...
Where were we? All right, hand it up.
It was just so uncomfortable.
One of my buddies just sent me this hilarious meme. Sorry, I had to text him back, LOL. Are you ready to get this thing back moving again?
I know. I'm just like, come on, can you disconnect for like a little bit? Like, come on, like,
Sorry, I had to check in real quick.
What's this apartment complex called?
To his defense, you guys were both wasted. I mean, he's obviously not making the best and brightest decisions of his life at that moment.
At this point, we weren't even wasted anymore. It was just one of those things where he just got up and checked his phone in the middle of us being together, and it was just so rude and inconsiderate and honestly so embarrassing on his part.
That is a way to make a woman feel sexy.
I know, definitely. I have never felt more sexy in my life.
Yeah, I am so into being with you right now, but I can hear my phone going off. I'm going to check that real quick and then get back to it. You must have been pretty... I would be pissed if somebody checked their phone in the middle of it.
I should have updated my Twitter right then while he was doing it.
So is that why you were kind of cold with him the next day?
Yeah, I just figured if I just don't say much, maybe he'll leave.
Yeah.
And so he did. He finally left, but it was just... He was super, super, like, clingy the next morning, and, like, I had a really great time. I was like, really? You had a great time?
Aren't you curious to find out who he was texting?
I mean, honestly, I really don't give a anymore. He's such a blimp on the radar, and I don't really care about him anymore.
Well, I'd like to find out, and it's cool because he's actually on the other line listening, so we can ask him.
What?
Yeah.
Hey, Ariana.
Hey, Matt.
That is awkward, isn't it?
Matt, why would you check your phone in the middle of sexual relations with somebody?
Some of us have responsibilities beyond just hooking up.
How could you have a responsibility at that time of night after a whole night of partying?
Well, I have family that depends on me. Like, I have a brother who's in trouble financially, and my sister has 2 kids. So when my phone rings, I mean, that's my gut response. I have to go through that.
Family man.
Yeah, but that can't wait, like, 20 minutes? You're already out at, like, 12 in the morning. Like, what do they need? I just don't understand.
Hey, Ariana, I apologize if I offended you. It had nothing to do with you at all, really. When my phone goes off, it's like an instinctual trigger. I have to pick it up, and because you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, kind of.
What?
I guess.
No.
I mean, really, come on. No, you can't say no to that. You say no to family? I mean, come on.
If my mom texts me in the middle of hooking up with somebody, I'm not answering that.
I honestly don't even believe him that it was his family. I think he's just covering.
Wait, I didn't say it was my family. I said if those people were to call me, I have to pick up the phone.
So who was it? Who was it then, Matt?
Yeah.
Well, I'll be honest. It was my boy Scott.
Okay.
And it was not an emergency, but it could have been. So
I guess
I picked up the phone.
I don't understand why you, at the time, and still don't quite understand why picking up a phone, no matter who it's from, in the middle of that is not a good idea.
Finish the task at hand, and then you can text your friend. It just doesn't seem that difficult.
Does that make sense to you at all, Matt?
No, not really.
Okay.
Matt.
You never know, guys.
So you think it's perfectly fine to text in the middle of that act?
I don't think it's perfectly fine in all accounts, but you have to take into account what's actually going on with the text.
You're one of those people that would, like, if you were polled on whether you'd give up sex or your cell phone, you'd choose sex before your cell phone, right?
Only in an emergency situation.
All right, well, I'm going to ask the question anyway. I know the answer, but Ariana, would you like to go out with Matt again on a second date? I will pay for it.
Honestly, it wasn't even that fun to begin with.
Shocking.
All right.
It was kind of a relief that you got up and had a text.
Oh, man.
Matt, no second date for you.
Well, now I'm okay with it.
You're okay with it now? Why is that?
Well, after hearing her end of the story, I think I'm better off.
Because she was the one in the wrong.
You know what?
here.
You're right. She should be more understanding.
Screw her.
Yeah.
I think that he's totally right. I probably am better off. Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Madison, please?
this is she.
Hello, Madison. How are you? This is Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning.
From where? I'm sorry.
Brook and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show?
You're looking for Madison?
Yes, I am. I'm calling you today because we recently got an email about you.
Okay.
It was from somebody that you went out on a date with. His name is Bruce,
Okay.
and Bruce told us a little bit about your date, and he's very curious why you just kind of stopped talking to him. So he asked us to see if we could get you on the phone and find out why.
Okay. It's kind of awkward.
It's kind of awkward.
Understandable.
Yeah, this is a very awkward thing, but Bruce really wants to know if he did something wrong on your date. He had nothing but nice things to say about you. But he also said that you made plans with him to go out, like the next Friday after you guys had your date, and then you just bailed.
I mean, that just kind of happened. I do apologize, and I feel bad.
Hey, Madison, have you ever had somebody do that to you where you're really kind of into them and you want to go out with them again, they just stop talking to you?
Yes,
It's pretty frustrating, right?
it is. It is. I do understand. It is very frustrating.
So then,
and I do apologize.
okay, well, don't you think it'd be cool to, like, let Bruce know why you blew him off?
I guess I can explain to you. I just would feel like I would hurt his feelings.
Okay.
So I don't want him to know.
Well, you can
but-
tell us, and then we'll figure out a way to tell him where it doesn't hurt his feelings.
Yeah, kind of relay the message gently.
Okay.
Okay, so we had a good time. He was very nice, and when the date finished, he called me back, and he just, said thank you, and that was actually really nice. I really appreciated that. So we talked on his way home, and then he got home and proceeded to get off the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if obviously, I highly doubt he knows he did this, and I am in the wrong for this a little bit too, but he didn't hang up, and
So you stayed on. Anytime anybody does that to me, by the way, I stay on the phone the whole time too, just to listen for a little bit, just to see what they're doing.
You guys are such
I want to
voyeurs.
catch somebody being like pervy or something, you know?
It wasn't pervy. I
Oh,
wasn't
damn.
being a perv. I just, I was just kind of curious, I guess.
For sure.
What did you hear?
Well, at first, I just heard rustling, and I was like, oh, okay, he's home. And then I heard a guy's voice. And I was like, ooh, he's going to have a conversation. That's when I was like, I'm definitely listening. And he said to the guy, I just went on a date. I'm going to marry that girl.
Oh, that's really cute.
Or really creepy.
Yeah, exactly. It goes one of two ways. Like Brooke is practically ready to slide off her seat right now, and Jose's like, "Whoa, that's creepy."
It freaked me out. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And so that's why I've been avoiding him, because I don't think that you can tell if you're going to marry somebody after one date.
Yeah.
Maybe
so
you
just
can't,
feel
but
feel
other
like it
people
was
could.
you feel like it was too much.
Too soon.
Yeah, way too much. And granted, like I had a great time with him. It was fun. But when, like the first thing that he says when he gets home is, I'm going to marry that girl. It's like, what?
But the thing is, you couldn't see his face. You don't know.
Brooke's trying so hard for like a storybook love tale thing
Dude,
right now.
seriously, I think some people can tell after the first date, and I think you could have found like the coolest guy you'll ever meet.
Or you could have found a stage 5 clinger. It all depends how you interpret it. This is how she's interpreting it. I mean, that's how it made her feel.
Should be mutual, right?
But that's the risk of dating, right? They're always either clingers or romantics.
Yeah, and that's the vibe that she got from this dude, obviously, that he's a clinger right away.
No.
Yes, that's exactly the vibes that I got. And, you know, like, hey, that's fine for you maybe, but not for me. I want somebody to want to get to know me first.
Before you talk about marriage, all right. Well,
Exactly.
Madison, thank you. I appreciate it. I'll make sure to let Bruce know in the nicest way possible.
Okay, I hope that helps.
All right, and the only nice way I can think of is to let you know that he's on the other line and just heard that.
What? Are you serious?
Yes, I am. Bruce, say hi to Madison.
Hi, Madison. Madison, I can't believe you actually heard that. I'm at a complete loss for words.
Do you remember saying that to your whoever you were talking? Who were you talking to, by the way, Bruce?
Yeah, I was talking to my roommate.
Okay.
I walked in, and my roommate, kind of was attached, being like, "Yo, dude, how'd the date go?" So I thought of the first thing that was on top of my head. Like, I think I love her, man. I want to marry her. Something like that.
Crap. That's cool to say to your roommate, but you definitely don't want the person that you just went on a date with, first date, to hear that.
Madison, I really wish you would have let me know that you heard that, and we could have cleared some things up, but.
So what, like, are you taking it back? do you not mean it anymore? Or what do you mean by that?
So kind of what I meant was where I was at with my excitement was, yeah, I could definitely see, things going, forward if that's, kind of how things were with us all the time, the more and more we started being together, and, I don't know, it might turn into love.
This is such an awkward thing to try to explain.
Madison, I mean, can't you give this guy a chance? I mean, I know that it's a lot of pressure, but haven't you ever just felt overwhelmed and maybe you exaggerated your feelings a little?
Yeah.
Sure, but I don't know. It's like hearing something that you're not supposed to. It's hard to come back from that because now it's on such a ground of embarrassment.
Why don't we turn it into a joke?
Why don't we just forget it ever happened and turn it into a joke?
I mean, if it has to always be remembered, I mean, we did have a good time. We had an amazing time. It's actually one of the best dates that I've been on in years.
Bruce, I think you need to downplay it a little more. Don't call the date amazing. Don't call it awesome. Just be like, it was cool or whatever, Madison. I mean, I didn't really care too much. That sounds like what Madison is into.
Yeah.
Oh, Madison, stop being so scared of love.
Yeah.
Come on, Madison.
Oh, I'm not scared. I just, want to make smart decisions and not,
That's good.
But he could have said, like, horrible things about you. He could talk about, like, your boobs or your butt or how he wanted to bang you.
That happened after Madison hung up. I guarantee it.
Like, you actually found a sweet, caring man that really wants to find love someday. He's not saying it's necessarily with you right now.
No, I think he did say that.
Well, I'm just trying to help him out.
I don't know. That's like a lot of pressure. I mean, I'm still pretty young, so
All right.
that's it's always going to be like in the back of my head. Like,
Well, sweet. Then we should send you guys out again. Madison, would you like to go on a second date with Bruce? I'll pay for it.
Oh my God.
I think
Come
we
on,
should.
Madison, give him one more shot.
Madison, I really wish it didn't happen, but it did. I mean, I'm definitely in it for take it date by date. I don't have a problem with that. I just got really excited about you as a person.
Oh.
So, Madison, will you go out one more time with me?
Hey, Madison, if you wouldn't have been such a snoop and listened in on his conversation, would you go out with him if you didn't hear what he said?
That's a good question.
I mean, yeah, I would have.
Okay.
I absolutely would have.
So it's your own fault.
Hey, there you go.
Hey, now.
So you should go out with him again.
Come on.
I mean, I feel so guilty about all of this. I mean, I guess I kind of owe it to you.
There you go.
You're saying yes?
Congratulations, Bruce. You got yourself a pity date.
I'm sorry, Bruce.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Thanks. Yeah.
I'm excited to go out with you, Bruce. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I guess it's whatever.
Yeah. See, that's how you have to play
Oh,
it.
I see.
Yeah. I mean, I might be busy that night, but we'll see.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Marcus, please?
this is Marcus.
Hey, Marcus. How you doing? This is Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning.
This is who?
Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show?
Is there something I could do for you?
Yes, there is, actually. I'm calling you because we recently got an email from somebody that you went on a date with. Her name is Amy, and she's a listener to our show. And she told us about an evening that you guys shared together, but now she's not getting a call back from you. So she wanted me to call and see if I could find out if she did something wrong.
Who are you talking about?
Amy?
Whoa.
You apparently met her at a movie theater and then went back to your place and messed around?
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
It's ringing a bell.
So you remember Amy. We talked to her about, your the time that you hung out. I guess I can't really call it a date because it's kind of just you guys met and then went hang out and had drinks. But she's wondering why you're not calling her back because she's also told us that she tried to text you 2 or 3 times and you haven't responded.
I don't know about it, Amy. Just
Are you just not interested?
yeah, I don't know if it's my thing. I'm a pretty busy dude,
Okay. So there's no specific reason.
Well, when I met her, she seemed pretty cool and pretty open to whatever, and we went out and had a good time, and I thought she was DTW, and she just wasn't.
I think maybe some people need an explanation on that.
DTW?
I don't know what the W is.
Yeah, I
though.
know DTF. I don't know DTW.
It's down to whatever,
Oh, okay. All right. So, okay, are you not calling her back because she didn't sleep with you that night?
Things were getting hot, and we were trying some things, and I pulled out some syrup just to play around, and I don't know if she got weird about it or what, but she didn't want to do it. And
Wait,
so
what do you mean? What do you mean syrup? like pancake syrup?
You guys never used syrup before? Syrup, just regular syrup, you put on pancakes and stuff.
It's not one of my signature moves, Marcus.
Yeah, well, you should try it.
Did she say just no?
She kind of just everything kind of stopped. Then you could tell she wasn't into it, and I'm definitely not the type of guy to force syrup on somebody.
Yeah, you're not just gonna dump syrup all over her head.
Oh my God.
That's good. I think that's a good way to be, Marcus.
Yes.
Most people just don't want syrup dumped all over their body unless they're a willing participant. So you think that she's just not a good time?
I just think maybe she's a little closed-minded or whatever, or she just hasn't experienced much life
Did you-
or something. Or
Did you at least give her a warning before you went to the kitchen and got the syrup?
well, yeah, I got up, left, I came back with syrup, and I started to undo the top, and it's pretty obvious what's going to go down after that.
Yeah.
And you could tell she was just getting real awkward about it, and she wasn't kissing me anymore or anything. So I was like, whatever. Okay, I'm just gonna put the syrup away.
So you think she's close-minded and kind of prudish because she wouldn't let you pour syrup on her body the first time you hung out?
Yeah, she's just she's conservative. That's
feel
what it's not for me. I like experimenting and doing different stuff. It's just my thing, and it's not everybody's thing. So.
Yeah, but it's different if you to have a conversation maybe leading up to it, hey, you want to try something, and then you go into it. The surprise syrup is a little much, I think, for anybody to handle.
Well, let me put it this way. I've been with girls that are into syrup before, and you just know.
You could tell a girl that's into syrup from a mile away. Hey, Marcus.
Oh my God.
Marcus, let me ask you this. If she was down to have syrup poured on her body, which is apparently your thing, would you be willing to go out with her again?
Would I hang out with her again?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't want it to be all about the syrup. Oh, now she wants syrup on her, and so now I'm cool with it.
Well, I think
syrup expectations.
I think it would be good for us to find out from Amy.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to call her back,
You don't have to, because she's actually on the phone listening.
She's on the phone right now?
Yep.
Hey, Marcus.
What up?
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't know you were on. I'm sorry.
Surprise.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm really shocked. It's not that I'm a prude or anything, but I didn't even want to go all the way. I kind of
using syrup isn't going all the way, but I just don't want to have to worry about hey, is this okay, and then is that okay, and then Like, I just kind of want to go with the feel, and wherever, the experience takes us, we just go with it,
Yeah, totally. I'm like that too, but it kind of threw me for a loop since we first met, like, I don't even know where you went to high school, like, or
Yeah, usually you want to find out where someone went to high school, and then you bring the syrup into the mix.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't really know you that well. It's not that I'm closed off to experiences, but I want to be comfortable with the person I'm with.
Yeah, but all I did was pull out a little bit of syrup, and you seem to get, like, real closed off real quick, and how else do you want me to read that? Like, okay, she's not into this stuff. She's not into syrup. Got it. Moving on.
I'm open-minded. I'm not conservative.
Well,
like, I've done marshmallow fluff. Hello?
Wow.
I told you.
Finding out a lot about you two.
Freaky.
I don't know. I thought you were cool, Amy. Like, you're cool.
I am cool. I am totally cool. I mean, if you get to know me maybe a little more, then we can bring out the syrup.
Oh my God, that's the line of the day.
Marcus, would you like to go out with Amy again? I will pay for a second date for you guys. I'm not paying for your syrup. You buy your own syrup for this date.
Don't worry. I always have some in stock, believe me.
Yeah, it sounds to me like you probably do. Would you like to go out with Amy again? We'll pay for a second date.
You'll pay for it. I'm down. I'm down to hang out again, Amy.
All right.
Awesome. We're going to have a really good time.
Yeah. I bet you guys are.
Hello?
Hi, is this Bryce?
It is. Who is this?
Hey, Bryce, how are you? This is Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
I don't get calls from radio shows very often.
Yeah, I know it could be kind of weird. Listen, I'm calling you because one of our listeners actually sent us an email about you and asked if we could track you down. You have any idea who I could be talking about?
No.
Do you remember going on a date with a girl named Amy?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Well, Amy emailed us and said that she had a really good time on your date, but it's been about 2 weeks now and you're not calling her back. So she asked if we could get you on the phone and find out if something went wrong.
I really don't want to talk about it.
You don't want to talk about it at all?
No, I'm good.
Just like 2 minutes.
I don't know about that.
She described the date to us, and it sounded like everything went fabulously.
Yep.
Okay.
So why wouldn't
right,
you
it
call
did.
her back?
This is so uncomfortable. Look, this is really awkward.
She described the date to us, and there wasn't an awkward moment that she could think of from your date. And she said that at the end of it, you kind of...
not.
Say that one more time?
I imagine not.
Okay, so was there an awkward moment or wasn't there an awkward moment?
I wouldn't call it exactly awkward, but there definitely was a moment that I just did not like.
Whoa.
What happened?
Okay, I'll tell you. We went to this drawing thing. We did this, drew pictures and made like a flip book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she told us about that. She actually said that you did a really good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, she told me that. She came up to me after and said, "Wow, good job." And she went in for a high five.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't expecting that level of force.
Okay.
So she high-fived you really hard?
Bottom line, my arm is in quite a bit of pain still.
From a high five?
Yeah. I haven't really been to see a doctor yet, but I'm starting to get worried. My arm's in a sling right now. It really hurts still.
Oh my God.
Are you saying that she injured you with a high five?
Well, it may sound funny to you, but I had shooting pain up and down my arm for the rest of the time we were in there, and she wanted to go out and get drinks after, and I told her I had work the next morning, so I left and went straight to the pharmacy and got a sling for my arm.
Really? Your arm is in a sling because she high-fived you so hard.
Yeah, and it still hurts. I don't know if there's nerve damage or what. But,
Jeez.
she's a nice person, but she's super aggressive, and that was a little too much for me.
Wait, so
high-five the
you're
Incredible Hulk or something?
you're intimidated by her because of her high-fiving injuring your arm?
Well, I'm not intimidated by her. She injured me. My arm hurt.
I'm just imagining her like pulling her arm back and hitting you so hard on your head. Like I can't.
Yeah, exactly. It takes a lot to hurt someone with a high five, and she did it.
All right, so you don't want to go out with her again because you don't want to risk any more bodily harm. Is that what I'm getting?
I'm pretty much leaning towards a no.
Okay. Well, you know what, Bryce? Maybe she can change your mind because she's actually on the other line listening to this and wants to talk to you.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is. Amy, Bruiser, you there?
Bruiser.
Hi.
You big meathead?
No
You
kidding.
hurt Bryce.
I can't believe this. So you're not calling me back because I high-fived you too hard?
It hurt.
Oh.
It was so aggressive. I'm not into that.
Amy, can I ask, do you try to come off as maybe a little bit harder than you are? Or tougher?
Maybe because I'm so little. I'm 5'3" and 115 pounds. Like, what do you have, like bird bones? I'm 5'3" and 115 pounds. Like, what do you have, like bird bones?
Where does that even come from? You were joking like this on the date the whole time too, and that kind of bothered me too. You hurt my arm.
I barely high-fived you. That wasn't even like my most emphatic high five.
Are you threatening him now, Amy?
No.
Do you feel bad?
I mean, I do feel bad, but I just can't believe this situation. Like, I would have never, in my wildest dreams, have thought that this is why you weren't calling me back.
You're super aggressive, and you got to warn someone when you're gonna go in for a high five like that. Some kind of heads up.
What else did I warn them about? Like, if you need a warning for a high five, like, how are you going to get through your day, man?
I don't really know what else to say here. You hurt me, and you're not even apologizing for it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, you little baby. I'm sorry I hurt your little wrist.
That's helping. That's helping a lot.
Oh, you little baby. Do you want an apology? I'm sorry.
Stop bullying me. My arm hurts right now. What do you expect?
If your arm hurts so much, why didn't you come to the doctor in 2 weeks?
I really wanted to believe that it wasn't that big of a deal, but it still hurt.
You did some serious damage.
Hey, Bryce, would you like to go out with Amy again on a second date? We'll pay for it.
No. I don't forget it.
You don't want to go out with him now?
Amy,
No.
You're being kind of a jerk.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. If I went on one date with a guy and my high five was too strong for him, do you think that I want to go out with him again? Like, do you really think I should go out with him again? I don't think so.
It was just like the mocking, it seems like a little bit.
Oh my God, get over it. You guys are being such wusses.
I'm with you, Amy. I'm fine. If you go out on a date and they can't handle a little good-spirited bullying, I wouldn't want to go out with them either. So, Bryce, I'm assuming you're not into going out with Amy one more time?
Definitely not. No,
Okay.
I'm really okay.
All right.
Go get my arm
Yeah,
checked
well,
out
I'm
now.
okay too, Bryce.
Bryce, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. You go put some ice on that arm, okay?
Will do.
Amy, thank you for your email. I'm sorry you didn't get a second date.
Oh, I'm not. I'm just looking for a real man. So if one wanders into the radio station, call me.
All right. Well, Amy, I will find you a guy who loves a little physical abuse. All right? There are some out there for sure.
Hello?
Hi, is Kenny there?
It's Kenny. Who's this?
Kenny, what's up, man? This is Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning. How are you?
The radio guy?
Yep. How's it going?
Good. What's going on? Did I win something?
No, not really. But we do want to talk to you about something if you have a minute.
I guess.
Well, we have a mutual friend.
Okay.
And you recently went out on a date with her. And she's not hearing back from you, so she wanted us to call you and see if we could figure out if there is a particular reason that you aren't calling her back.
Who is this mutual friend?
Do you remember going out on a date with a girl named Cora? I imagine you probably would remember that date. Well, she told us about it.
What did she tell you?
Okay.
everything.
Kenny,
She told us what happened on your date.
we know.
And the thing is, Cora understands that, sometimes as humans, our body does things we don't want it to do. She's very understanding and would love to go out with you again, but she's tried calling and texting you and you haven't answered any of that. So she's wondering if she can get a second date with you and wants to let you know not to worry about it. Kenny?
Oh, no.
And here goes Kenny.
No. She really likes him, though.
Cora.
Cora.
Did you hear that?
Oh, no,
Try to-
Cora.
Try again, please, because I just know he's just terribly humiliated. And please, can I talk to him or?
Sure. Yeah, no, I'll call him again.
Really?
See if he'll pick up. Yeah.
Oh, this poor guy. Dude, he's going to be pissed and embarrassed and every other emotion under the sun.
I don't want to talk about it.
Kenny, don't hang up, please.
I don't want to talk about it.
Hey,
I don't
all
want
right.
to be on your radio talking about anything
Kenny,
at all.
look, we don't have to go into detail about what happened, all right?
I'm sure you already did. I don't appreciate this.
We're not...
Please, Kenny, can you just listen to me for a second?
Kenny, that's Cora. She's on the phone. She heard everything that you said before you hung up. She just wants to talk to you for a minute.
Listen, I know that things did not go well on that date and that you your pants and that happens in life, and I'm sorry and that happened to you. But I think that before that happened, we were having the best time, and we had such a, I'm going to use the word magical connection. You can't just find that. We can't just, please, can I have a second date? I don't want us to just throw out that connection we had because you got sick. Kenny?
No, I'm sorry.
Please, why? I know it's embarrassing.
I want to put
humiliating.
I want to put that in the past and never think about it again. And if you told a radio station, Christ only knows how many of your friends you told.
No, Kenny,
I'm
hey.
sorry, I didn't know what to do.
No.
I had no other way to get in contact with you. And think about how much I must like you if I'm begging you for a second date after this happened.
This is the most embarrassing thing in my life. And to see you is to relive it, and I do not want to relive that. And now I'm talking about it on the radio.
But I know how humiliating it was because I was there, and I just feel like we can put it. It'll be a funny story in a few years.
Kenny,
And it won't.
Kenny, Cora asked us to call you because we were the only recourse she could think of because you're not answering her call. She likes you that much that she's willing to overlook what happened on your date, which most people wouldn't, and she also went to the lengths to email our show and have us call you just to get a second date with you.
Why are you holding it against me because you got sick? I just want to go back to the beginning of our date and pretend this never happened. It's the first half of our date and think about what a great time we were having.
I'm not holding it against you that I got sick. I do not want to relive that moment. It is the worst moment of my life, and I would like to never think of it again, never speak of it again. And you were talking about it on the radio.
Hey, but Kenny, Cora is willing to look past all that horrible stuff that happened. She's not going to remind you about it.
I'm not willing to look past it.
Yeah, but
I didn't do anything.
Kenny, the thing is, nobody's making fun of you. We're laughing at the story, and it's funny.
Laughing in the back.
I can't help it. I know, because he thinks
laughing.
He thinks poop's always funny. I'm sorry. We've had a lot of douchebags on this segment that have ruined their image for the entire city of Seattle. You have done nothing like that at all. You had, you got sick.
Kenny, we can laugh about it together and just put it behind us. It could happen to anybody.
I don't want to relive it with somebody.
But we'll just forget it. Let's just forget about it.
Kenny, what if she agrees to never bring it up? She wants to go out with you again this bad.
I'll never bring it up again, Kenny. I will never bring it up again. We can just pretend it never happened.
Look, I did like you a lot, and I was having a great time until I screwed the whole thing up.
See, that's just it, Kenny. You feel like you screwed the whole thing up, but obviously you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
It's not your fault, Kenny. It's not like you planned to get sick like that. Everything you planned was amazing. It was the best date ever. A picnic, no guy even does that. Who even does that? You did everything amazing. It's not your fault.
Oh, my God.
Kenny, look, it's embarrassing what happened, right? I've done a lot of embarrassing things in my time, and I've learned all you got to do is just embrace it and stop fighting it. It happened. Go out with her again. See if you guys hit it off. You were having a fun time until you got sick. Just give it one more shot. We will pay for a second date. We'll pay for you guys to go out again.
All right, fine. I will give it one more shot.
Yes!
Way to go, Kenny!
As long as we never talk about it again, I guess I can see how we can do it together.
Yes.
All right.
I promise we never have to bring this up ever again.
That right there is the last word on it, right there.
All right. That was it. Kenny? Kenny, thank you very much, man. And I think that you're going to be happy with your decision to go out with Cora again.
Listen, I'm sorry you guys getting mad at you, and, I just felt ambushed. And...
It's all good, man. Hey,
Yeah.
it's embarrassing.
All right.
We'll have Cora call you, okay?
All right.
All right, man.
Oh, yay, Kenny.
Thank you, Kenny.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Lori, please?
This is Lori.
Hey, Lori, how are you? This is Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
How come, who is this?
Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
Okay, what can I do for you?
Well, you could start by letting me know why you're not calling my man Jesse back. You
What?
remember going on a date with a guy named Jesse?
Yeah?
Well, Jesse listens to our radio show, and we do a segment called the Second Date Update. Jesse wants to know why you're not calling him back.
Oh. That's weird.
It is kind of weird, and I know it's a weird phone call to get, but do you have a few minutes to talk to us about your date with Jesse?
I guess so.
Okay.
Sure.
I have a question for you. So Jesse told us a little bit about your date. He said that you were texting the whole time during your date. And then he told us at one point he called you out for it, and you seemed a little annoyed that he did that.
Yeah, he got really mad at me.
He said that.
Is that the reason why you don't want to see him again?
It's just one of those things where it just didn't work out. It just wasn't a good fit.
Okay.
Were you disappointed when you saw him?
No.
Why were you texting the whole time on your date?
I was just texting my friend because it was about something he said that was so nuts that I couldn't even believe this was happening. I thought I was on a hidden camera show or something.
Wait, something Jesse said that was so crazy?
Yeah.
What did he say?
I mean, it was just bad, and whatever. It's not that I really don't want to talk about it, really.
Well, here's the thing. Jesse wants us to do this, so he probably should know for future dates if he's saying something so outrageous that you have to text your friend in the middle of it. It might be helpful to him to know what he said.
Yeah, okay. So he asked me, kind of what are you into, and I was like, oh, I'm, kind of into photography right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just stuff that I like to do. And
just normal first date talk.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, I asked him what he's into, and he said, I'm really into Hitler.
What?
No way. You had to be kidding.
Is he talking about a different Hitler or the most famous Hitler?
I thought it was oh, is there a band called Hitler? Which is weird, but what?
That's a little shocking.
Oh my God. And then he said, no, seriously, I can't get enough of Hitler right now. He's amazing.
What?
He's amazing.
God.
Yeah, I'm half Jewish too, so it's even worse.
Oh my God.
It's just I don't even understand. I mean, it's
yeah.
And then he starts going off on all these facts about Hitler, like things that you wouldn't even know.
Did you tell him?
Fun facts about Hitler. It was so weird, and I was like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
So that's why I was texting, because I was texting my friend. I was like, what do I do? What do I say? What am I doing? And then he gets mad that I was texting.
Yeah, that's kind of scary, Lori, when you're out with a guy who's like, I love Hitler, and then you're on your phone, he's like, put the phone down now. What did you say to him?
I just couldn't. I was like, it's not like it's a teaching moment, right? It's not like I need to reach across the table and go, hey, man, probably shouldn't talk about your love of Hitler on the first date.
That is a good point. Hey,
Like, I'm telling you this now. I still can't believe it.
Speaking of teaching moments and letting him know that he shouldn't be talking about his love of Hitler on a first date, Lori, he's actually on the other line listening right now.
What?
Yeah.
You're kidding.
No.
I'm shocked too because I had no idea that this was even something that was an issue in the date or something that came up.
I mean, it was an issue. It's an issue. It's an issue. Like it's like a universal issue.
Yeah. No,
It's like a hateful, horrible thing, and you're like into it. And what?
No, like the man himself was. He was crazy. It was the person. He was an artist. He drew stuff. He was. Look, morality aside, okay. That crazy stuff. He was an amazing person, you know.
No. Morality's kind of the point.
I know this sounds bad, but I was just bringing up other facts about him. I mean, he's very interesting to me. The things that the person he was before things happened. You know,
before things happened.
I'm just saying that I've been reading a lot. We were talking about things we've been doing. I've been watching a lot of documentaries, and I just can't get enough of watching and learning. And it's fascinating. It's so fascinating that person, that human.
It is fascinating. I will say that. Like, I watch documentaries. It's fascinating. It's a very, very bad mark in human history, but it is fascinating. Is that what you were trying to say, Jesse, rather than you're a fan of Hitler?
Yes, I was not saying I do not support his issues. I do not support what he did.
You said I'm really into Hitler right now.
Right. Like, you know, like I'm really into baseball right now. I'm really into, I don't know, rocket science. I don't know. Like, it was something I'm studying. It's just something I like to learn about things. It's what I'm learning about right now. I'm just learning a lot about Hitler. I keep learning more and more things, and it's crazy how much is about this guy.
Oh, my God.
That's what you want to learn. You're a fan. You're a fan.
No.
People are fans of, like, One Direction. You're that kind of fan.
Hey, don't you dare talk about One Direction, okay? We don't want to remember the things that they've done for society.
Terrible.
Look, I'm not saying I'm a fan, okay? We were talking about what we're into right now. It's what I'm reading about. This is totally getting taken out of context.
So why don't you say it like that, Jesse? Why don't you say, I've been watching a lot of documentaries about Hitler, and I find them very interesting.
Even so, who even says that? Like,
exactly.
Don't even bring it up. I'm even trying to make up excuses for you now, and I can't.
You were texting the whole date, and then you wouldn't say anything. If you had told me that you were upset that I was.
You seemed like a crazy, evil person.
Yeah.
All right, think about it. All right, what's worse, texting on a date or talking about Hitler?
What?
Right? I rest my case.
I guess they're both bad.
I don't even know what to do with that, really.
They're both really bad things to do on a date.
I would argue that the texting is the lesser of the two evils.
Well, it's not like he did anything Hitler did. He just said he likes to watch documentaries about him.
He's not as bad of a guy as everybody thinks he is.
He's the worst guy ever.
Lori.
Oh, my gosh.
At this moment, I would like to ask if you'll go on a second date with Jesse. We will pay for it.
Not even. No. Like, no. What?
Sorry, Jesse. No second date for you.
My God.
That's fine. It's okay. If she's going to get upset about little stupid things in conversation when she asks me a question.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, my God.
I mean, you got a bunch of history to catch up on anyway. You don't need to be going on dates right now. Right?
Exactly. Whatever. I've got plenty of other people I can hang out. I've got a group that we meet up and we talk about all kinds of stuff. So
I bet you do. Cut up bed sheets.
It's not like that, dude. Seriously.
Hello.
Hi, I was looking for Cecilia.
This is Cecilia.
Hey, how are you? This is Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Cecilia.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. I'm really tired lately. Also, a lot of heartburn lately. I don't understand why, Cecilia. You got any heartburn problems, or it's just me right now?
Who is this again?
This is Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Oh, okay. Can I help you?
Well, I don't even know if you can help us, but you can help somebody who emailed us about you.
Someone emailed you about me?
Yes. We do a segment on our show. It's called the Second Date Update. And you went out to an outdoor concert with a dude named Steve a little while ago.
Oh, God, Steve.
Uh-oh.
That's what this is about?
Yep. Steve said that he really had a good time with you, and he told us about the date, even the part where you guys got ambushed by some crazy dude with a knife, and then Steve ended up like fighting him off. And Steve's wondering why you won't text him or call him back.
Is that really what Steve told you?
Yep, that's what he told us. Does that not sound right to you?
No, that's not right at all.
Wait,
Not
are
at
you
all.
hold
What?
on? Are you saying that the knife fight didn't happen, or
I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that there's way more to the story than he apparently told you, and I would love to fill you in on what actually happened.
you
Perfect. You know
you're
what?
heated.
Normally we have to try to convince people to tell us, but the floor is all yours. What happened?
It sounds like he basically told you what happened, but when this guy jumped out, I was obviously scared of a dude with a knife in the woods.
Right.
And I saw them fighting, so I ran away, and I felt like I got far enough away to be safe. And then I started thinking about Steve, and he was still there with that guy, so I was frantically texting him, trying to make sure that he was okay. And he wasn't responding to me, so I was just freaking out, trying to figure out what to do.
Damn,
Did you
that
call
had
the
to be
cops?
scary.
Like that's who I would call 911.
I know I didn't call the cops. I mean, everything was just happening so fast, and I was just panicking. So I didn't really think about it in that moment. I just wanted Steve to text me back, and I waited and waited and waited. And when he didn't, I got really worried. So I went back because I wanted to make sure he wasn't just lying on the ground, stabbed with no one around him.
Yeah, that's nice of you.
And I walked back close to where it happened, and I see Steve, and I see the guy with the knife, and they're just talking.
Chatting?
Yep, just chatting and smoking a cigarette. They were laughing together.
Oh my God.
Right.
Oh my God.
You know,
Are
sometimes after you
saying-
fight somebody, you're like, "Hey, are we cool? You know, did you pull a knife on me? Yeah, we're bros, right? Nice to meet you." Is that? Yeah, who knows?
No, not with a stranger.
No,
So wait.
I agree. It's weird.
You think that he set it up? Is that what you're accusing him of?
I mean, I don't know if he set it up, but something was definitely off. There was just something not right about the whole situation. I mean, I wouldn't be laughing with somebody who just tried to attack me with a knife.
Yeah, no, that would make me angry. Even if you were a good friend of mine, you attack me with a knife, we're probably not going to talk anymore.
Dude,
you know?
What'd you do? Did you pop out of the woods and be like, "Hey, surprise, I'm here too now"?
No. I just kind of put two and two together, and I got really mad and just realized that he was a bad guy, and something was going on, and I wasn't being told everything. So I just decided to put my hands up and walk away. I was like, I don't even want to deal with this anymore.
Yeah,
that is
for sure.
awful to make someone feel that amount of fear.
Yeah, I was completely terrified. And so when I walked away, Steve finally texted me and was like, "Oh, hey, do you want to meet at Starbucks?" And in my mind, I'm just like, no, of course I don't. I don't even know what just happened. So I just didn't respond.
Yeah,
I
that
don't blame
is
you.
weird. I would love to figure
That
out
is
why he was
messed up.
sitting there talking and laughing with the dude who just tried to stab him.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, cool. Let's do that then, because Steve is actually on the other line listening to this phone call and wants to talk to you.
Wait, what?
Yeah, unless he hung up. Steve, are you still there?
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm here. Hey, Cecilia.
What the Steve? What was that?
I don't even know what to say here. It's okay. Here's the thing. I really, really liked you. Cecilia. I really did. I thought you were really sweet.
Well, are you going into explaining that you okay? I'll let
Now,
you
hear me
explain.
out.
Okay.
Hear
okay.
me out. So while we were talking, before we actually went on the date, she said that it's so great going out with someone who's not a muscle-bound douchebag like the guys that she's used to dating. You just seem like a really sweet guy. And so I'm thinking, all right, I've been here before. I've heard that kind of thing before. And what always happens is I end up being in the friend zone.
You're an idiot.
And so, well, you could think that, but listen, I arranged for the guy to attack us with a knife. I knew no one was gonna get hurt. But here's the thing. I needed to show you that I could protect you, and if that happened in real life, I would absolutely do the same thing.
Yeah, sure. It's a lot easier when it's one of your buddies holding a knife than just actually a random maniac.
Dude, they're laughing, but that is so messed up. Do you know what you made her feel? Do you know what you put her through?
you know how like I felt when I keep getting rejected by women that look like her?
Totally the same. Like your life is on the line because you don't know how to close a deal in a relationship.
That's disgusting. I was literally telling you that I liked that you were sweet and not like these other guys. So if I don't like those other guys because they did stuff like that, why would I like you doing it?
But you know what that means in woman speak. That means that you're a sweet guy and I like you and I'll never like you.
There's no such thing as women speak. It's all just the English language. So like,
That's,
yes,
if there's
it
no
is.
such thing as women speaking, why have I heard that so many times and it's become the friend?
Are you seriously trying to blame this fake mugging on me? Like I said something and that you're really gonna blame me?
No, not you individually, just women in general.
Blaming all women for you setting up your friend trying to stab.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
No, you are so lucky you're on the phone right now and not in real life.
Well,
in
according to Steve, he'd
person.
be able to protect himself against you. So.
I mean, here's the thing. What are you supposed to do if a girl thinks you're weak? You got to stand up and show her that you're not. And, you know, I couldn't depend that somebody would just accidentally mug us.
Just hope for a mugging.
I never said you were weak, Steve. This is an episode.
You said you'd only dated muscle-bound guys. What was I supposed to think?
Maybe that it didn't work out with those guys and I'm looking for something completely different.
Yeah, and just because those guys have muscles doesn't mean they're weak. Like the strongest men I know are actually comfortable with who they are and don't have to prove anything.
I'm comfortable with who I am.
No, you're not. You are setting up muggings in the woods because you don't think that you're a strong enough man on your own.
I do. I know I'm a strong enough man. I wanted to show her how strong I was.
You're so confident, Steve. Like, have you done this with other women before? Like, set up fake mugging?
No, but you know what? None of the other girls I've ever dated kept throwing it in my face that I'm not muscular enough for them.
What? I was never saying anything like that. I was answering your questions about what my exes were like.
Now, because women don't say what they really mean, they've always got subtext.
Steve, you are disgusting. It blows my mind that you think that you have to do this kind of stuff to impress girls.
You know, it blows my mind that you don't get that women want a strong guy.
You don't get that. You don't get what women want.
Seriously, dude, stop with the mansplaining. Yeah, mansplain us what women want. Is that what you want to tell us, what we want?
Cecilia, I think I know what women want, and women want another date with Steve. Would you like to go out with Steve on a second date? We will pay for it.
Maybe you could go on a date with that fake nice guy. I'm sure you have a lot to talk about.
So what you're saying is you wouldn't want to go out with me again.
What in the world makes you think that I would ever, in my mind, think about saying yes?
I mean, I'm being honest with you.
Oh, my gosh.
Give him that.
He really doesn't get it, Cecilia.
That's the most delusional thing anybody has ever said.
Yeah.
You know what? The most delusional is the fact that women always say they want the nice, funny guy, and then they never go for him.
Oh, my God. They just don't go for you, Steve, because you're crazy.
Sure.
It's not nice to set up a fake mugging.
Even if it was fake, you didn't know it was fake at the time, and I never even got a thank you.
Good point.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Chris, please?
This is Chris.
Hey, Chris, how are you? This is Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning on Moving 92.5. You got a second?
I'm sorry, who is this?
Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning on the radio station Moving 92.5.
Okay.
Have you ever heard our morning show before?
Maybe. I don't know.
All right.
I'm just a little confused why you're calling me.
You recently went out with one of our listeners named Ashley.
Yeah, I did.
Assuming from that laugh you remember Ashley.
I do remember Ashley.
Well, Ashley has been trying to get a hold of you for like over 10 days now, she says.
Right.
And she's wondering if she did something wrong because she would definitely like to see you again.
God.
Do you mind telling us why you don't want to call her back?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to tell you, but I mean, we just had, it was an all right time, but things just got a little weird. So
They got a little. Is it because her legs were hairy?
her legs.
She told us everything that happened on the day. She said that you guys had a one-night stand, and she's concerned that she didn't shave her legs, and you were grossed out by that.
Honestly, I didn't even notice that. So
Okay.
Really?
What is it then?
I'd rather not say. It was just a little awkward.
More awkward than this? I mean, come on.
Everything was fine until we went back to her place, and then we started hooking up, and it just got a little strange.
What do you mean strange? Like she pulled all kinds of weird gadgets out of the closet and Mitch showed up? I mean, what happened?
No. Like so this is so strange. She kept on shushing me.
What?
Shushing you?
Oh, no. I hate when people shush me.
As in, like, during the act? Shushing you?
Yeah, and she kept on shushing me, and she would put her finger up to my mouth and just, shh, please, don't, be quiet. And I didn't understand because it's not like I was being particularly loud. It just ruined the whole experience because I just felt like.
I could see how that would ruin it. I'd be like, stop it. I want to make a little noise if that's okay.
Yeah. Chris, did
she have roommates or something?
No, she lives alone. And as it went on, she became increasingly sort of like aggressive. She'd be like, shh, shh. And I was
like even
okay,
more?
I'm sorry, like, this is just a natural sound. Like, this is what people do when they hook up.
Chris, I hate to shush you again, but I want you to be quiet for just a second because Ashley is actually on the phone with us.
Wait, what, right now?
Yes, she is.
Hi.
Wonderful.
Hey,
Wow.
I cannot believe you said all of that on the radio.
This is so. I just wanted to be honest, and that's the situation.
I didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable or put you in an awkward position.
Really? I mean, I feel a little uncomfortable, so.
Sorry.
But can you now explain to me why you did that?
Here's the thing. I kept shushing you because there cannot be any noise when I'm doing my thing. Like, it's too distracting.
So, Ashley, you know that you were doing that.
Well, I just need quiet. Like, people need, like, silence to concentrate. I'm one of those people, and I am at my best in total silence. You know, but I didn't think that would be the reason that you're not calling me back. You know, like, I feel like that's such a cop out.
Oh, wow.
You were holding your hand over my mouth, shushing me. Like, I haven't had a hookup like that since I was in high school, and I was worried my parents were going to hear me. Like, like people are going to make noises. Have you been shushing everybody that you've ever slept with?
Yeah.
Well, they've never complained. They've always came back.
Oh.
You know, they've always called back.
You just don't like any noise while you're doing it.
I would prefer no noise, but
Are you silent the whole time?
yes.
Wow.
Ashley, have you had, like, serious boyfriends?
Yes.
And nobody's ever said, hey, can you do me a favor and not shush me every single time we do it?
Maybe they've mentioned it, but they've never, like, made such a big deal out of it.
Honestly, I find that a little hard to believe. Maybe they didn't say anything, but I'm sure they've thought it. I cannot be the first person.
Here's the thing. I like you. I really like you. You made me laugh. And, you know, I mean, I guess is it something I could work on? If you feel the same way about me.
Maybe before you guys hook up again, you could wear earplugs beforehand.
That's
Or
sexy.
put on some big headphones, some Beats by Dre's, some sound-canceling headphones. Listen to some music or something so you can get in your zone while he's in his.
Maybe. I don't know.
That seems like a compromise. Meet in the middle somewhere.
Chris, would you like to go out with Ashley again? We will pay for a second
I'm not
date.
gonna hook up with the girl who's wearing a pair of earphones.
Come
I'll
on.
say that. Like, that's...
We'll pay for the second date. Please? Will you go out with her again?
I mean, no, not really. If it's going to be this weird hurdle to get over, then no. I mean...
Okay. Ashley, I'm sorry that you did not get your second date. You did get your answer, though.
That's all right.
Hello?
Hi, I was looking for Ross.
There's no Ross here.
Is this 659?
Yeah?
Okay, and you're not Ross?
Who's this?
This is Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning. I'm moving 92.5.
Okay.
Do you know a Ross?
Not really.
Can I be honest with you? I'm having a hard time believing that this is not a guy named Ross.
Yeah.
Or somebody that told someone else their name is Ross and gave them this number. I'll tell you why, okay? Because one of our listeners recently met you online. This is the number they have. They said your name was Ross. You had a profile set up and everything else. They drove 2 hours to meet you, and then you ditched them at a pizza place.
What is to laugh about?
What's so funny?
I know what's going on. Trust me.
I don't. Can you tell me?
I was just getting her back, okay?
What?
That's all that was going on.
You're getting her back.
Yeah, it was pretty ingenious on my part, actually.
I'm so confused.
All right, you sound really proud of yourself. Explain to me what you're talking about.
Well, Sheena broke up with me about 6 months ago. We dated for off and on for almost a year. I caught her cheating with another guy, so, I thought I'd have a little fun.
No way.
Wait, so what did you do?
I used a picture of some other guy. I messaged her. We messaged back and forth. So I figured I'd send her on a little wild goose chase 2 hours away.
Oh, my God.
Wow. So you catfished your ex-girlfriend, basically.
Pretty much.
All that work to just make her drive 2 hours away and sit at a pizza place by herself.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Oh, yeah. It made me happy. Very happy.
Ross, you've never heard of, like, the high road, taking that?
She missed out on the high road about 6 months ago, so,
You sound really proud of yourself.
Well, I didn't know she was going to emphasize it by calling a radio station. This is great.
I cannot believe you.
So that voice right there is Sheena.
You're on the line. You are such a childish douche. I'm like.
Oh, did I upset you? I'm so sorry. I would have loved to have seen your face, by the way, as you're looking around going, where's Ross? Where's Ross?
You are such a child.
Sheena, is this...
Oh, wow, that really hurts. My goodness.
Me why I left. Thank you for reminding me why I'm not with you.
Oh, my God.
Sheena, is this really your ex-boyfriend?
Yep. You wonder why, right? You wonder why.
Well, did you really cheat on him like he's accusing you of?
Yes.
It's not black and white. It is not black and white.
Oh,
yes,
there
you did.
it is, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, Sheena, you found out what the issue is. Your ex-boyfriend wanted to get revenge on you and make you drive 2 hours to meet some dude that he made up.
Hey, Sheena, maybe you should meet Ross later.
He's funny.
Oh, you. Shut up.
I guess you get what you reap. You reap what you sow, or however the hell it goes. Hey, back
All right.
You got it, girl.
Wow. Hey, at this point, I would love to ask you, too, if you would go on a second date.
Oh, come on.
I'll pay for it.
Oh, kill
Ross, you can go out with Ross.
So proud of himself right
Jeez,
now.
That's crazy. All right, so I'm assuming neither of you want to go out with each other. No? All right. Well, Sheena, there you go. That's what happened, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, my God.
And what is your real name, Ross?
My name is Derek, and I feel very good right now. Thank you, thank you.
Sheena, how do you feel? Sheena?
Oh, no.
I think Sheena hung up.
You guys just made my whole day. I mean, you really did. Thank you so much.
Well, you're welcome, man. Hey, your hard work paid off, I guess.
Yeah, made your day, ruined Sheena's.
Payback is...
Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you for the emphasis on my practical joke. Bam! Thank you.
Good work. Might go down as one of the best ex-revenge stories ever.
Hello?
Hi, is Abby there?
This is her.
Abby, this is Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning. I'm moving 92.5. How are you?
I'm sorry?
This is Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning on the radio station Moving 92.5.
Okay.
Abby, I'm calling you because you recently went out with a friend of the show. His name is Scott.
Okay.
And Scott really liked you and enjoyed your date, but he's kind of getting a really weird vibe from you that you don't want to see him again.
He's getting a weird vibe from me?
Yeah. Should it be the other way around?
I mean, I don't want to, throw anybody under the bus or anything, but I don't think I'm the one that's being weird.
You think that Scott is weird?
Honestly, I don't know him, so I can't say that, but...
Abby, I talked to Scott about the night you went out because I was asking him about your date, and he says he feels like he wasn't on his A game. Did he seem kind of off to you?
I mean, that's what he said to me that night, so...
He told you that he wasn't on his A game?
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Okay, that's kind of a weird thing to say.
Well, at least he was being honest. But how do you go from like being off to being weird? Those are two totally different things.
You know, there's this one moment that I went into the bathroom and, you know, I was gone for a couple minutes and I came back and he wasn't facing the bathroom, so his back was towards me. And I was getting closer to the table and I saw that he was kind of like moving his head up and down. And I kind of thought that was weird, and I went up to him and I was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And he was like, "Oh, you know, I missed my workout, so I'm just getting in some butt clenches."
What? Some butt clenches at the table?
Oh, Abby, are you sure he wasn't joking?
He had to
That's
have-
so ridiculous.
He-
Amazing.
He had to have been joking with you, Abby.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought. I thought that he was joking, so I laughed.
So he's basically working out while you're at dinner.
Right.
Yeah, that's weird. That is weird, Abby.
I mean, he's got a pretty solid body. I got to say that. You know, he's a very attractive guy. And obviously that was one of the things that he kept wanting to talk to me about. And I eat healthy. I try to go for walks or I'll go for hikes with my girlfriends and stuff. And there was one point where he asked me, he was like, "Oh, what gym do you go to?" And I told him I didn't go to a gym. And he started asking more questions, like, why? What's so bad about working out? And I was like, it's just not my thing. You know, I've never been into going to the gym. And he literally goes, "Look, sweat dries, blood clots, bones heal, suck it up, princess."
What?
Say that again. What did he say?
Sweat dries, blood clots, bones heal, suck it up, princess.
Oh my gosh.
So he's basically like, get in the gym.
Did you
Quit
just-
being a crybaby.
That's awful. And so condescending.
What would you say to Scott if you could talk to him right now?
I would say don't be a douchebag.
Simple.
All
Get to
right.
the point.
Okay?
I
Hey,
like that.
Scott,
Pretty much it.
Yeah.
did you hear that?
Oh gosh.
Abby, I should probably let you know that Scott's on the phone and just heard what you said.
Everything?
Everything.
Everything.
Oh, that sounded like a wounded little puppy.
Say hi to Scott, Abby.
Hey.
So that's how you feel about me, huh? That I'm a douche. That's it.
Oh my God, this is so awkward. I didn't say douche. I don't think I called you a douche.
Yeah, you did.
Well, let me clarify. You didn't call me a douchebag. You just called me a douche.
Yeah, there was no bag in it.
Yeah, douchebag light. I guess.
Scott.
You were working out at the table.
Yeah. Were you actually doing that, Scott? That's kind of weird, man.
I was. I wasn't even thinking about when she went to the bathroom and I was doing those, to get a couple butt clench reps in.
Those are real?
She came and tapped me and told me, like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I immediately was like, "Oh, shoot." It's kind of like blew my cover, so I just told her what was going on. Any other reason for me to be clenching my butt over and over again was probably worse.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the workout thing's forgivable. What about princess?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, everybody should work out. It's not just a you thing. It's like an everybody thing. Like everybody needs to, feel that exhilaration. You know what I mean? Like it just really kind of sets you off every day. So, I want that for you. And when I hear that you don't want that for yourself, I'm thinking, here's a girl who wants to be like pampered and like, all right, what am I, feed you grapes? Like,
You didn't pamper me though. You wouldn't even let me order anything that I wanted to order.
Wait, he was stopping you from ordering food?
Yes.
What?
I tried to get the spicy tuna roll thingy, and you were like, "Oh, it's fried. You shouldn't eat fried food. Go straight to your waist."
All right.
Scott.
it was just a suggestion. I didn't tell you had to do it. I'm not going to walk your hand through life.
It wasn't a suggestion. You specifically said, "I'm not going to pay for this and contribute to obesity in America."
Scott,
Abby, how are you
if you're
still
going,
at the table?
You know what? No, I don't even appreciate this. She's blowing this up. She's getting all smoke because she's on the radio and people are laughing at her right now. There's no way I was this bad.
Abby, would you like to go out with Scott again? We will pay for a second date. We'll make sure it's on his cheat day where you can order whatever you want, and we'll tell him to make sure he goes to the gym beforehand so he's not doing exercises at the table.
I just can't, in my right mind, say yes to another date with him.
Thank God.
Oh, man.
He was awful.
I'm just not into that type of person, I'm not into that lifestyle.
Oh, yeah, that healthy lifestyle? Yeah, well, have fun living till you're 52.
Daisy is on the phone with us right now. She wants to call a dude named Alex. She met him online, okcupid.com. Daisy thinks that the date went poorly once she revealed that she has a kid, because she doesn't put on her dating profile that she is a mom because she doesn't want to scare guys off. But you have a rule, Daisy, that you always tell them on the first date, and then they can make their judgment from there, right?
Correct.